morning, Green Spring. Today we're going to talk about community resources with Anita Garifo. And Anita's been here quite some time. Matter of fact, she's been here as long as I have, and that's over 8 years. So Anita has a wealth of knowledge about community resources, and we'll explore a little bit of that today in addition to getting updated on what we're doing in November. Good morning, Anita. It's so good to have you on.
Oh, great. It's always great to be here.
Good.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of things going on this November. Is that right?
We sure do. I'll tell you, November.
That's different from most of the months we have.
Yeah. Well, actually, November is a busy month. And in fact, today, if you haven't already, you need to get over to Hunter's Crossing and vote. Today,
right.
You have till 7 p.m. today in Hunter's Crossing Conference Center to get over and vote. And you're lucky because it's going to rain later today, and a lot of people are going to have to get out in the rain, and you're not going to have to because you get to just go over to Hunter's Crossing.
If they'll get over early, huh?
Well, no, you can walk inside.
Oh, that's
and
true.
And everybody else has to get out in their car and drive to the polls, and you don't have to.
That's a great benefit we have here, having our own precinct.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Well, before we really get started, I'd like to remind you that you received in your cubby a calendar from Community Resources. It gives you the big things and then a full calendar of things. Let's get it right side up. So I hope you've looked at it. And there's another resource that you need to look at too, and especially for those who are new here, and that's your Community Resources Handbook for 2016-2017. That still is effective, and it's the resource for people to go to find out what's going on here, right?
Well, we do update that annually, and we are in the process of collecting information about the groups. Anytime you have a group that has a new leader, a new time that you're meeting, any changes whatsoever in your group, we need to know about it, because if you don't tell us, we don't know, and we like to update our information all the time. And this is an annual thing that we do, and we are going to put out a new handbook at the beginning of the year, and so we're in the process of collecting that information currently.
So those groups that have made changes, now's the time to get the information in if you haven't done it already.
Well, they're going to receive something in their mailboxes here in the near future, and on that they can make any changes they want to, and then new groups will also have the opportunity to submit something to get into the handbook. And it's a wonderful way to recruit new membership, or even if people see something in the monthly calendar and they want to know more about your group, so that they can call you, or they can just find out if you're taking open enrollment in new members in your group. That's a wonderful resource. Or
if they see the flyers on the bulletin board.
Right.
And they're interested, perhaps. And again, you can go back to the Community Resource Handbook.
That's right.
And get the information on it. Great. Well, tell us about November. What's going on in November here, other than the election? We've already talked about that.
Well, Gray, you know that this Saturday is Veterans Day, and you're heavily involved with that. So why don't you expand on what we're doing for Veterans Day? That's a wonderful opportunity right there.
I'll be glad to talk about Veterans Day, because this Saturday is Veterans Day. And at 11 o'clock, we have our program in the chapel. We have a very good program. We'll have a chorister singing. We have the Frankies playing their instruments. We have a Lieutenant General McKnight who will come and be our guest speaker. So we'll have a very nice program, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Bob Sikowitz has been the MC for many, many years for the program. And last year, after he asked me if I would take it over this year, and so that's why I'll be the MC this year, and perhaps for a few more years to come.
Bob served this community so well. He's been a part of the Entertainment Roundtable too.
He has.
And I just love him dearly. Anyways,
we all do.
Yeah, isn't he something? Anyways, the Dixie Swim Club starts next week, and I have tickets to the opening day, which is next Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it. It's always.
Is that going to take place over at the pool?
No, that's in the theater. I have tickets to the 14th, and it's always so good to see the residents. But we also have Sue Frankie in this one also. One of our social workers that's been here a long time also. And so it's really fun to come out and see community events where we see our peers out in these different entertainment and opportunities. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, I would encourage you to get it because it's supposed to be good. It's somewhat of a comedy, and I just encourage you to get your tickets and hurry up and do so because I know Wednesday night is sold out.
Already.
It's already sold out.
And we're talking about the Green Spring Players production of the Dixie Swim Club, and you know they put the play on 4 times during the week, and apparently a lot of you know about it because it's Wednesday night sold out, and very likely the others will be sold out before the play goes on. If it's not sold out, it'll be very, very few seats left.
Right.
Because it's a very popular event on campus.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. And they work so hard, and they put it on twice a year, and it some sort of production twice a year. And it's a lot of work to put on a production.
But it's a lot of fun.
It is. It is. It is. Also, the Pastoral Ministries is going to be I think it's the Village Church that's putting on the St. Petersburg Men's Ensemble, and that's on the 16th. I don't know a lot about them. I know that they were well received last year, and so I would encourage you to go out if you would like that sort of entertainment.
And that's free, isn't it?
Yes, that's on, and it's at the chapel. And then that's at 7 p.m. on the 16th. And then we, as Green Spring, we are going to be celebrating our 19th anniversary. And it's always celebrated on November 17th. That's our anniversary. And it's at 2:30 in Hunters Crossing Conference Center. It's open to everybody, both residents and staff. And we're going to have a concert this year. We're going to have oh shoot, what's their name? Anyways, they're going to be playing some fun music.
Well, they're going to be playing some ragtime, maybe.
That's right, some ragtime and some Dixieland and just
Dixieland,
a lot of
jazz, a
lot of different kind of music. Just a fun mix.
Sounds like a fun mix.
Yes, they were handpicked special for this occasion, and there will be a short little presentation with Chandra and a couple folks. I think that's going to take place maybe 2:45, no more than 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes at the max.
For Chandra to speak.
That's right.
How long does the program last?
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be more than 10, 15 minutes.
The total?
For the program. Oh, no, for the concert, the concert's an hour.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And there'll be some light refreshments. Yeah. So it'll be a nice time. And so I hope everybody comes out to it because it is a time to celebrate. I mean, we're 19 years and counting. Yep. And
next year we ought to really have a big blowout.
Oh, it will. Yeah.
And that night we have what's called Night on the Town, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's when the residents dress up if they want to. They don't have to, but if they want to. And
so it's perfect. It's a perfect segue.
Yeah.
You can use it as a happy hour to get ready for the Night on the Town. And but actually the turkey trot is earlier that day, so you can, if you're not going to Night on the Town, you can always go to the turkey trot and then come to the celebration. The turkey trot is annual. The Wellness Center puts that on.
Oh, what do they do?
They walk. Union Mission and everybody, they give turkeys to them, and then they walk down to the front of the campus and then back.
So they don't really trot then?
No, but they always have a turkey that comes out and puts on a good show.
Yeah, and we give a lot of turkeys away.
We give a lot of turkeys. I tell you, this community is the most generous community. They are just wonderful residents here. And anyways, let me keep going.
Yeah, you better keep going.
Because at 3 p.m. on the 18th in the chapel is a free classical concert by the Friday Morning Music Club.
Oh.
Okay, they have about 4 concerts a year, and this is one of them. And then on the 19th...
Who makes up the Friday Morning Music Club, do you know?
Ellen Gale puts that, is the leader of that group. You'd have to ask her more.
So we have a group who plays the classical music? So they get together every Friday morning and play?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why it's called that.
Okay, I don't either.
Yeah, yeah. But anyways, then on the 19th, part of the Sidney Foster concert series is going to be the Alexandria Singers. And you know, Gray, they play wonderful music.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they play all
I've
kinds
always
of...
enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, my daughter was in them a few years ago.
Yeah, they play wonderful music, and you always leave there feeling great. And if you don't have a series ticket, then you can always get a $5 ticket there. And I really want to plug the Entertainment Roundtable because they're near and dear to my heart, and they work so hard. And we would not be able to have the caliber of talent that we have here at Green Spring for our residents if it wasn't for them.
Have they filled the calendar pretty much for next year?
Well, that's a good question. We are getting ready to put in cubbies the pre-sale tickets for next year. And I really want to stress that part of the reason we're able to bring the caliber of talent here is because of these pre-sale tickets, because some of these concerts cost the Entertainment Roundtable $1,000, and if we don't sell these tickets, we can't support this program. So we really need the community to support the Entertainment Roundtable to be able to run this program.
And if the groups don't get a little money for it, they can't keep going either. I mean,
That's right.
There's a
That's
two-way
right.
street.
That's right.
You know, we need to support the groups with money.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we don't have to pay a staff because they
$5 is not much for a ticket.
Oh, are you kidding? Most of these concerts would cost you a minimum of $30 for these concerts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really a service. And then before I know they're giving you cues, and I just want to make sure that we get the Diversity Expo that's going to be on the 30th. That's always a wonderful time. It's usually earlier in the year, but this year it's on the 30th of November, and that's when we have a lot of different cultural costumes, foods, all sorts of music, dance from around the world that are presented, and the community comes out, and it's always such a wonderful occasion. And so I hope everybody will come out and enjoy that too. So like you said, that's in Hunters Crossing.
At what time?
That is from 11 to 2.
11 to 2. Oh, so we get lunch there.
Yes. You'll get a variety of different.
How about some different drinks? Do they have different, or do we just have?
Sometimes they do have a lot. They do try different drinks. I don't know what the menu will be. Games? Well, usually it's dancers, and they usually have somebody that does the henna, and they usually have somebody that plays drums, and they have a lot of different things. The costumes, but it really is. I enjoy it so much because I like learning about different cultures. So I really hope that everybody will take these things in and just make the most of all the opportunities here at Green Spring, because you really are blessed to have all this here. I just wish I could take part of all that you get to take part of.
Give yourself a little more time, and maybe you can do that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming on
bet.
and telling us what's going on in November.
Sure,
and
it's my
I
pleasure.
hope you do look at your calendar, the calendars that were sent to you, so you know what's going on again, because Anita has told us, but we might not remember everything she said, but you do have your calendar to refer to, and the Community Resources Handbook. So thank you very much again.
And the bulletin boards.
And the bulletin boards.
And don't forget
Absolutely.
the villagebridge.net. I tell you, those folks work hard on that one too.
Okay, well now we're going to have a roll-in talking about making chocolate.